Hey, how's it going? It's Vivid, and today I'm going to be doing a tier list of every single Nen user and their ability. If they've shown any kind of Hatsu in the anime, they're on this list. Minus the Zodiacs, I don't really want to get into it. So every single Nen user besides the Zodiacs, if they showed Hatsu, they're on this list. So we're going to start off right at the beginning. This is in chronological order, by the way. So we're going to start off with Gon. So Gon's Jajangkan, he's an enhancer. There's really not too much to, not too much to say about it. It's kind of pretty straightforward. I'm going to put it in B tier. It's going to be a pretty strict list because there's just so many of them. So I really want to separate what's really, really good and what's really, really bad. So Gon's probably a B tier. He's not like too exciting, but it's okay, right? Enhancers are pretty safe, I feel like. So they're not too high up on the list. They won't be like anything too low, but they won't be anything too high probably. So next we have Killua. Killua's Godspeed Whirlwind. It's an S tier ability. It's really interesting. It's really, really cool. It has a lot of potential in it. So the ability alone is an S tier. We have Kurapika. If it was just his conjuration, he would probably be in B tier as well. But because he also has Emperor Time, he's an S tier pick. Leorio's a D tier. Yeah, he's a D tier. I don't want to put him in trash, but his Nen's really unrefined, right? He's an emitter. He doesn't really do much with it. It's kind of just a very basic one-dimensional ability, at least for now, right? He hasn't really studied Nen for all that long. He was studying to be a doctor, so for now, it's a D tier. Sadaso's trash. Guido, trash. Real Velt, trash. Okay, so these guys, the Heaven's Battle Arena arc is kind of just training for Gon and Killua, so these guys who are the bottom of the barrel in terms of the 200 floor guys, like, they're pretty, like, there's really not too much to say about them. Next, we have Hisoka. Hisoka's an A tier. Bungee Gum's just really, really versatile. Like, it's shown to be very versatile. Even everybody says, him included. It's just that even if somebody knows how his ability works, he's still able to use it in a very versatile way. It's just hard to counter. It's really good in pretty much every situation. And he also has the texture surprise, which, he can do stuff like magic tricks. Pretty cool too. Castro's ability is a B tier. He's an enhancer. He kind of messes, like Hisoka says, he's not really using his Nen to its full capacity, but Castro's ability to mimic himself is actually pretty cool. It gives him a little bit of options, but, at the end of the day, he is an enhancer. He did use everything that he could learn to learn how to create a double, so he's a B tier ability. B tier Nen user. Illumi is an A tier Nen user with his ability with the Needleman, manipulation, controlling stuff. It's a really good ability, but I wouldn't feel happy putting him in S tier or B tier. He's probably that's why I'm putting him in A. Next we have Basho. Basho's a C tier ability. He needs to write a haiku and then everything that he writes happens, but his Nen's not all that strong or anything. It's just really, it's okay. Next we have Beze. Beze's a D tier. Her ability's not that great. It's manipulation, but it can't even really compare to, let's say Illumi's, right? So it's a pretty straightforward ability. She needs to kiss somebody. It's just, it puts her at risk as well. It's not that great. Squala's a trash tier ability. Come on. I'll put him even under these three guys. Being able to talk to dogs. Come on, bro. Melody, D tier. Being able to calm people down. That's all. At least that's all we've shown. Maybe she's able to rile people up too with the music. Who knows? Tochino is C tier. Pretty cool ability. We have Neon's ability. Even though she can't really control it herself, it is a really good ability still. So C tier. Porcupine, C tier. Body hair manipulation. It's good against enhancers, but I don't think it can do anything against range attacks. But still, nonetheless, it's alright. Leech is a D tier ability. He can only do anything when they're incapacitated already. So Owl's ability is a B tier ability. Fun Cloth is pretty cool. Next we have Uvo. Uvo is probably on the same plane as Gon. I'm going to put him a little bit ahead because it's not a single direct impact like Jajangkan. His Big Bang impact seems to kind of wipe away everything around the surrounding area where the hit is, so it's pretty good. Next we have Nobunaga. Nobunaga we don't really see his Nen being used like very well. So we don't really see him using Nen at all. So I'm gonna put him in D tier just because we don't really know. We only seen him use N, and N's kind of like, you know, a more beginner level skill, kind of like a lot of people can use it. It's nothing to like shout home about, right? Shizuku is a C tier. Franklin is a C tier. Machi's Nen threads are pretty versatile, and she has the skills to kind of back it up. It's an A tier ability. Shalnark is manipulation, better than Beze, a C tier ability as well. I'm gonna put him next to these guys because he has the autopilot mode as well, and being able to control 2 people instead of just the one. Plus, you can just use the needle instead of needing to kiss somebody, which is kind of like, why? Next we have Bono. Bono's ability is pretty cool. It's a B tier ability. Able to do Battle Cantabile and Jupiter, so it's pretty cool. Gallery Fake, Cortopi. Cortopi's ability is good for, you know, because he's a thief, but besides that, I don't think it's that great. So probably a C tier ability as well. Hakunoda's ability is actually, I'm gonna put her in A. I'm gonna put her in like mid A, above Machi's, honestly. Because her ability is not a combat type ability by any means, but it's actually really, really good because she's able to, you know, extract information from people just by touching them. And it's not like they can lie about it or anything. It's directly from their memories. Plus she can share that memories with other people, and it's a really good ability. Next we have Finks. Here. Enhancers, like I said, it's just kind of like, enhancers are pretty one-dimensional. There's really not too much to say about them, so it's a B tier ability. Phaeton's ability is actually really cool. I'm gonna put him in A. I'm gonna put Phaeton in A because, you know, he's the Pain Packer ability. It has different forms, and we've only seen the one, but it was extremely powerful. So A tier, S tier ability for sure. Krollo's ability, also an S tier, being able to steal other people's abilities after clearing a couple of requirements. Amazing ability. Plus, he's able to use the bookmark thing now, which is later on in the manga, but it's pretty cool too. Silva. Silva's an A tier. I'll put him here. I'll put him here, above Illumi. So Silva's ability, from what we see, he's able to do energy balls. Energy balls are pretty cool. Next we have Kaluto. Kaluto is a C tier. I have to be a little bit more mean. C tier ability, he's able to, you know, do surveillance, do reconnaissance with the paper puppets. But besides that, she kind of has like the paper meandering dance, whatever it was, the snake dance. It's a C tier. I'll put her behind Shizuku. That's all right. These guys, yeah, I think I'm okay with the ranking of this. This is there. This is probably there. This is good. Okay, that's not bad. Okay, so Biscuit, I feel bad, but she's a D tier Nen ability user. So her ability is just not that useful. It's like it relieves fatigue and everything, but it's only good for like cosmetic sort of way. Besides that, she's able to do the body transformation thing, which is pretty awesome as well. But you know, besides the body transformation being extremely strong to begin with, everything else about her Nen is just not that great. It's pretty lackluster, so it's a D tier. So Nen Exorcist guy from Greed Island, he's a C tier. Nen Exorcism's just like a very useful ability to begin with, but besides, it's like a rare ability, right? But besides like Nen Exorcism, he kind of does it in a roundabout way where he needs to summon something, where somebody who I'll mention later, Hina, she does it in a better way where she's able to kind of like carry the Nen inside her, even though it makes it a little bit more troublesome. But at the same time, it's like, would you rather carry a child or kind of have an annoying companion ride on your shoulders the entire time? So Gorenu's ability is actually interesting because he's able to transfer his he's able to teleport with his 2 summons, with the black and the white Gorenus, which is actually very versatile. So I'm actually gonna put him in, for ability alone, I'm gonna put him in B. I think he's probably above Owl. Sesgera, we don't really see his ability. We only know that he's able to like, jump up on the air, but then Gon and Killua instantly were able to do the same thing as well. So I'm gonna put him in the trash tier because we don't know. Now we have Kess, his boy. Kess's Hatsu is, he has like a little GPS thing, little tracker device where he's able to see people, or at least that one person. So D or trash? Yeah, trash. Come on. Razor's ability is very similar to Gorenu's, but Razor's has a stronger punch because he's an emitter, or at least he has like the volleyball serve thing, which was at least shown to be able to destroy a boat. So I'm gonna put him above Gorenu. Plus he has more summons, even though we've only seen them really, referee and do sport things, but it seems like he's able to control them. So the 14 Devils and the emitter volleyball launch thing, B tier ability for sure. Genthu's ability is pretty scary. So it's an A tier ability, Little Flower, just being able to hold something and kind of explode it. That's a pretty crazy ability to have. Plus he has the countdown ability where, he looks innocent enough where he can kind of just sneak up on somebody, explain to them what the bomber is, and just kind of plant a bomb on them has 10 times the amount of power as Little Flower. It's pretty nuts. Kite's ability is actually probably my favorite ability in the show. Top of A tier. It's very versatile. It's the crazy slots, being able to pull out different kinds of weapons. But the thing is, it's funny because he says that he doesn't really get to choose, but it's kind of implied that he kind of always gets the best weapon for the situation. But anyway, I'm not gonna get into that. Crazy slots, top of A tier. Now Knuckles Chapter 7 Bankruptcy. D. It's a good ability, but he kind of needs to wait it out. If somebody has a massive Nen pool, then he can't really do anything about it. Granted, he is very strong himself, but it's kind of a waiting game, right? He can't really do anything. It's just a waiting game. It's pretty one-dimensional. There's not too much you can do about it. Next, we have Shoot's. Shoot's ability is actually a B tier ability. It's a very good ability. It's probably... Honestly, I'll put it here because he's actually very quick, right? Being able to control and fly around on the little hands that he has, plus his hotel where he's able to just touch things and kind of remove body parts. It's pretty awesome. We have Moral's ability, which is just another kind of like Razor and Gorenu's ability, but better. He does it very well. It's very versatile. It's really good. So I'll put it here. It's probably better than Bungee Gum in terms of versatility. So I'll put it above Kite. Nov's ability is an S tier ability. Nov being able to have a little pocket dimension, being able to teleport around, being able to set new portals, and being able to cut people's heads off with his little, dimensional cutter thing. I don't know exactly what it was called, but it's an amazing ability. So S tier ability for sure. I'll even put it here. Yeah, I'll put it here. Next we have Palm. So Palm after transformation is has a very interesting ability. Before transformation, it was just clairvoyance. It was okay, but she needs to self-harm in order to do that. Afterwards, she's able to do clairvoyance. She was able to do clairvoyance at any time. Plus, she had the Black Widow outfit, being able to manipulate and enhance her hair. So it's actually probably the most interesting enhancer ability that we see in the show. So I'm gonna put her in A tier, honestly. This because I really, really like her enhancer ability. It's far more interesting than that of just a punch like Finks, Gon, Uvo. It's a really cool ability. This is a post-edit note. I forgot to include our favorite rainbow boy, Pockle. So Pockle's ability being the rainbow, having 7 different kinds of arrows, is actually a pretty cool ability. I really like it. It's a very versatile, probably has different situations that he's able to use it in. I think in terms of this list, he would probably fit into the top of C or the bottom of B, just because the ability is just very interesting to begin with. But yeah. Next we have another man. Be able to control one Chimera Ant. Where did I put Shalnox? Shalnox here. He's in D then. I'll put him right here next to Beze. It's like the same thing, right? So next we have Hina. Hina is another exorcist, but she kind of does it a little bit better. So I'll put her above C at B, at the bottom of B. Because it's just like his ability, but she does it a little bit better than he does. Chidu's a trash tier. He doesn't know how to use Nen properly. He has the worst ideas. So trash tier. Next we have the satellite fireflies. So that's a reconnaissance ability. It's a really good reconnaissance ability. So it's probably a C tier ability from how I'm ranking these. So I think I'm gonna put it above, just under Eon, because it's not really like a battle or like a battle ability or anything, like not a combat ability, but it does have a lot of purpose. It's pretty useful, so I'll put it right here. Actually, I'm gonna put it right here. Like it has better reconnaissance than like Kaluta, because Kaluta needs to plant something, but Kaluta also has her offensive ability, whereas Flutter is kind of just the one trick, right? Leo's ability is good. It's better than that. It's here. Leo's ability, being able to cash in on people that owe him, being able to take their Nen abilities, it's pretty awesome. Bravado is like Franklin. There's really not much to say about it. The Ortho brother, the D tier. He needs help with the sister in order to put a tag on somebody. It's a lot of requirements for not that great of a payout. Plus, if he misses a dart, then he takes all the damage back himself. So it's like an arrogant kind of one. It's an arrogance kind of thing, but it's not done that great. So Ikalgo's ability is actually pretty cool. So having the gun, having the infinite bullets, being able to shoot from very long range, it's the biggest thing is that he's able to take over corpses, right? So it's a C, or I'll put it in B tier, above Hina, not above Leo, but above Hina. Melioran's ability is an S tier ability. Being able to go and like completely erase your presence entirely it's awesome. It's crazy good. God's Accomplice and God's Alibi, easily an S tier ability. Next we have Welfin's Missile Man. Missile Man is a C tier ability. It requires like pre-requirements. It has like pre-requirements, so it's not that great. But it still does damage. It's still an okay Nen ability, so D tier above these guys would be okay. Now that I'm kind of looking at it, Knuckles' ability is probably more versatile. Now Zazan's ability, being able to kind of mind control, manipulation, turn people into slaves, and transform, it's a pretty good ability. So I'm gonna put her in B tier. B tier above Castro. Above Owl? Yeah, I'll put her like kind of in line with these guys. Next we have Yuppie. Yuppie's ability is not that crazy. You know, I feel like his metamorphosis isn't really even Nen, it's just kind of because he was made with all these mythical beasts. So I think he's, just from what we've seen, we don't really see him use much Nen. He is really, really strong even without the Nen. So I think he's a C tier, probably, C tier. Because he's an enhancer, he kind of just strengthens himself, but we don't really see him use Nen that much. So next we have P2. P2's a S tier ability. S tier Nen user, for sure. She's able to use Dr. Blythe, like control puppets, like with Kite, and able to do, and she also has the Teresh Peshkora, which is the puppet thing, which kind of enhances her overall physical ability and maximizes it and even pushes the limits if she wants it to. So just because of that, it's probably like, it's very similar to Killua, where he's able to enhance his reflexes and everything with Godspeed, but taken even further almost. So it's definitely an S tier ability. I'll put it above Killua because of that. Hoof's ability is an S tier as well, being able to hypnotize people, being able to transform himself into like minuscule versions of himself. He has a lot going for him, so he's an S tier Nen user for sure. Now, Meruem is an interesting one. I feel like I'm gonna get a little bit of flack for this, but he doesn't really use Nen. He's kind of like Yubi, right? He's like super strong, but he doesn't really use Nen effectively. So I think in terms of just that, I need to put him somewhere in the bottom 3. That said, like, I think even Yubi uses more Nen than he does. He does get stronger. It's like a passive ability where he just kind of, anything that he eats, he gets stronger from, but he doesn't use Nen. So I'll put him below Knuckle. Next we have Netero. Netero's an S tier, right? It's kind of no question. Zeno's he's a very versatile kid. He's a transmuter, has the dragon stuff, A tier. And we have Tsubone. Tsubone's Rider's High ability requires her to be with somebody else to drain their Nen in order to use her transformations effectively. So because of that, it's good, but it's not great. It's okay, but it requires somebody else. So because of that, I think I'm gonna put her here. Meruem. I can't. I can't. I like Meruem, but he doesn't use Nen. He doesn't use Nen properly. It's just like I can't. Okay, that's where he's ending up. But this is the list. I think that I'm pretty happy with it. Let me know your guys' thoughts. Remember to like and subscribe, rate the video, drop a comment down below what you guys want to see next. But thanks for watching.